Hi Aries, I'm Anisha. To know more about my work, you may visit my website www.tarotbyanisha.com. For those of you who are seeking deeper clarity in your personal charts, be it love relationships or your career, you may write to me for a personal consultation at tarotbyanisha@gmail.com. Aries, May is a month of retrogrades. We have Mercury that is going retrograde as we begin the month, and it carries on being retrograde till about the 23rd of May. We already have your ruling planet Mars that has been retrograde since about last month, and Mars is going to be retrograde till about end of June. So it's not really a great time, specifically May, to be pushing your agenda at work. It's not a great time to be even beginning new relationships. Now Mercury is specifically this month retrograding for you in a part of your chart that is speaking about your earned income. It's speaking about a time wherein there could be a lot of focus where you would be thinking about how it is that you can generate more money for yourself. Some of you could also be moonlighting for two jobs at the same time. Now Mercury, every time since it's an extremely quick moving planet, when he reverses, he triggers in each of us a period of reflection and reorganization. In fact, anything and everything that has to do with a prefix of re can be added on to a retrograde, specifically Mercury. So be careful about the Mercury drill again. No buying of big ticket items, electrical equipments. Ensure that your cars are serviced. Ensure that you have your warranties in place. It's not a great time to be forwarding funny, strange SMSs in groups. Be extremely careful. There can be an absolute misfire of communication. Be careful of your speech. Also, this is a time wherein that if a project that you have been thinking of initiating and it has got stuck at some point of time, you may just find that there's some furthermore loops into this project. Mercury is retrograding this year 4 times, and it's one of the most potent retrogrades. And this time, this is the second time it's going retrograde. The first time it went in about January, and this is the second retrograde that is happening. And this retrograde is also speaking about older memories. So it's a time where a lot of us, not just you Aries, a lot of our zodiacs are going to be thinking about the past. It's really the going back and cleansing of the psyche. And this retrograde is going to make you revisit a lot of places, maybe memories, places that you visited in childhood, friends, cousins, siblings, extended families, so on and so forth. Those experiences maybe that you have felt that you have forgotten about. And during this entire May is going to be an extremely nostalgic time where you're going to be sitting and thinking about those memories, those times, and not necessarily sad, of course. There could be some very happy memories as well. And the biggest clue we have when a Mercury goes retrograde in the particular part of a chart where it is retrograding is that it's the space where we have been ignoring for a while. So it's literally like a cosmic signpost which is saying that you are here and you have been ignoring this particular space. And Mercury is just trying to sort of awaken you. It's trying to prod you into taking some action about it, or rather I would say it's giving you some time to redo, rethink, replan on the stuff that you have just sort of left in a hurry. And for those of us who choose to ignore it and say, I don't need to be redoing anything about it, I don't think anything needs to be done over there. It's almost as if Mercury comically sticks out its foot and makes you fall flat on your face. So, you take notice of that. So for you, because it is there in your earned income, Aries, it's extremely important that there can be certain things that you have either missed out at your workplace. They could be either opportunities that came along since the last couple of months that you could have been thinking that they're not good enough for you. It can be that a project has really got started with all guns blazing, and maybe you didn't do your math properly. Maybe you didn't realize that how the implementation of that particular project is going to be. And this time, Aries, you're going to be looking at all that because it's just going to come right in front of your face. And it is a bit of a sticky time as well, because it can almost be as if you are put under a scanner and people are asking you around you. It can be not to say that your competency is going to be under question, but I think some amount of a public reputation could take a kind of a hit. And because Mercury is retrograde, the good thing is that it's giving you that time It's giving you that time to correct it. So till about 23rd, don't be in a rush to sort of just do like a cover up job and say, oh, let me just run with it right now. We have another fantastic aspect this month. We have Jupiter that is going direct, and it's going direct in a part of your chart that speaks about your day-to-day chores. It speaks about your health, and this is happening on the 9th of May. Now Jupiter, while he is considered this great benefactor, and he's the god of the sky, and he's one of the most happy planets, so to speak. But with every time a Mercury goes direct and it goes retrograde, there's like a give and a take, an energy, an inward and an outward of energy that happens. Also sort of emanating, it's releasing maybe things that didn't really work for you. And of course it is going to activate this part of your chart, which could make you more conscious of your health. Some of you could just start a great new diet. You could start going to the gym. You could start exercising. You could just become very conscious about how you look. And even at workplace, you could find that you're very conscious about how your environment is. You could become almost very picky. It has to be absolutely pristine, clean, your environment. You could be literally being very, very picky about everything around you at your workplace as well. Also, this is a time where your environment is going to be affecting you a lot. So if things are really untidy around you, they could be affecting you. So there could be just this sense of irritation. So use this time with the Jupiter coming and going direct. Do kind of not just a literal psychic cleaning, but also do a physical cleaning as well. Get your junk out of the cupboards, ensure that your environment is clean and clear, and you're just in a far more lighter and a more in a more smoother space, so to speak. This Jupiter direct is also squaring with going direct to Saturn, that is squaring with Neptune. So while everything looks very hunky and dory, and Jupiter is giving its happiness and it's giving you that gift of pushing your work ahead, making you look nice, making you follow your health routine, but with a Saturn and a Neptune squaring, it's all is not really well over there. And this is speaking about a lot of adjustment in the coming months as far as your work is concerned, and as far as even your health is concerned. So try not to sort of gloat too soon about your glory, and don't think that, I'm pretty much over the camel's hump, this has got done and everything looks very good. Because with the Jupiter direct energy, while it will galvanize a lot of things for you, it will make things more simpler, more easily accessible for you. But with this energy of also sort of letting go of the stuff that has not been happening, that coming and going bit of it, that friction that is there, that could require a little bit of adjusting. And for you, Aries, specifically, it's a time where at work you are being asked to cooperate, you are asked to be extremely flexible. It's not really the best of the times to be coming across as this person who is right most of the time. Even if you have been in the past, it's not really the time wherein that you should be taking that stand. So try and blend with the crowd, as much as you may hate that, but try and sort of not come up too strong. We have an intense full moon that is there around the 21st of May, and with a full moon or a lunar eclipse, it's normally when things are coming to fruition, and it's far more emotional than a new moon, because this is a time that you will find that either projects are closing, and because this full moon is aspecting in a part of your chart which is speaking about higher mind and consciousness, and some amount of travel as well. It also speaks about foreign partners as well, maybe offices, people with whom you're dealing with or with whom you've been working with. And with this particular aspect, with this full moon, you're going to get very conscious about your own belief system, about your values, your conditioning. What is it that you believe in life? Where it is that you stand in life? What is it that you want out of life? And you will be thinking about your own conditioning. And also, I think to a certain extent, a lot of you are also going to be maybe subscribing a bit too much to the conditioning that has been there since the time that you were growing up. So say if you followed a certain belief since you were younger, and then you grew up, you read, you traveled, you understood, you evolved more, and then you realize that okay, this is not, I can adapt myself and I can adopt more theories or whatever philosophies to my life. Currently you seem to be in a place with this full moon wherein that you seem to be rejecting all that you could have learned, experienced due to a bad experience that you may have experienced, or maybe it could be a small setback, and you could just be going back to that conditioning that was there or that you were taught as a child, which could be either. It could be positive and it could be negative. So some of you could be saying that I'm good for nothing, I don't think so I can do anything great in life, and God is my only savior, and I just can't move. And some of you could be, of course, be on the other side, and you could be saying, maybe I require that nurturance of home. Maybe I need to be spending some time more home. So look at this full moon more, because it's there in your house of higher mind and consciousness. Try and tap into more into your spirituality bit of it. Try and dig deeper more into the I wouldn't say rational really, but try and sort of reason through it as to why is it that is happening, and it's not really end of the world, but what is it that really caused it, and try not to sort of bring yourself back to a place where you were maybe years back. And this more I'm saying from an emotional perspective. So try not to go over there. It's a brilliant time, Aries, as well, with this full moon, that there is going to be, so while there is this need to sort of go somewhere and hide in a cave, there is this, I think on the other side, this extreme need to sort of just give it all up and just go away. So some of you could be, if you've led a very quiet, a very safe life, you may just sort of decide to give it all up and just take your bike and get out and just travel. And I think that's fantastic. And for some of you, you will just change your jobs drastically. Maybe you've been just working as a great IT professional, and you'll just leave it all and you'll just go to some village and you'll go and teach over there. And I think that too is brilliant. So you can expect, and don't get too frightened by it, because I wouldn't say it's a phase, but I think for some of you, because there's been a lot of fear, either due to conditioning or due to circumstances, that you've not really allowed yourself to do the things that you really wanted to do. With this full moon, with the culmination of this full moon, it's coming to a full circle. Things are coming to a full circle. You're coming to a place where you're saying, this is who I am. And the important thing, of course, is that you accept yourself for who and what you are, Aries. So I would say, rather than running and hiding away and seeking that nurturance, I would encourage you to take your bike and just get out and go wherever it is that you want to go. Try not to sort of go to the extreme end of where you were years back. We have Venus that is there in your third house, and we have Mars which is there in your house of higher mind and consciousness, and these two lovers are absolutely in opposition with each other on the 24th of May. So quite an interesting aspect, because Venus, who's a goddess of love, beauty, sex and money, she is there in your house of communication and also siblings to a certain extent, but she's opposing Mars, and or rather she's in opposition to Mars, who's there in your higher mind and spirituality. So there's again this tug of do I do it, I don't do it, should I say it, I shouldn't say it, and then there is this soul tug coming from inside that leave it all and go, and it doesn't matter. But then there's a mind that is telling you don't be foolish, who's going to be paying the bills. So with this entire tug of war that's getting played this month for you, I think there's going to be a lot of clarity, because we already have a full moon just about a week before Venus and Mars gets into opposition with each other. So they should be that after that huge full moon and you've settled in and that realization has come in, and this gets into opposition. So again, there's some more sifting that's going to be happening. So I think it's a great month, Aries, for you, wherein that even though a lot of you are going to be exploring all this in your heads, and you're not really going to be going out and running amok, but I think if you can get out and if you can travel to places that you've never been, if you can try cuisines, be with people with whom you've never ever met before, just let your mind expand this month. Just get out, leave fear at home, and just go out and listen to yourself. I think it'll just do you wonders. It's been a pleasure speaking with you, Aries. I'll see you again next month, and thank you so much for watching.